from No Picks Podcast.
What up, fam? Joe No Picks Podcast. I know why we had to go live tonight. I know exactly why we live. Don't even act like I don't know.
Yeah,
Ty,
right.
he
So
did
we
it,
got to go
bro.
live today. Yo, he did it. He did it. We've been saying that he was going to do it. He did it in a landslide type victory, right? So what I want to do, Joe, right? Because I've been scrolling through TikTok all day. There's been some hilarious situations, people put videos put out. Some of them not so hilarious, pretty serious, and you know what I mean, like potential issues. You know what I mean, but I want to pull up some videos, right? This whole live going to be dedicated to the election, right? So I want to pull up some videos and we just going to react to them one by one. We got the
All right.
time today, right? So F it.
And chime
All
in,
right. So
y'all.
yeah, chime in. Let's have a conversation about it. So the first one I want to pull up, right, is the one involving who voted, like what the breakdown was as far as like the electorate goes, right? So who voted for who? I know a lot was made out of the elusive black male vote, but I mean, we were surprised about a different, group of people coming around, and we're gonna talk about it right now. I'm gonna pull up the first video right now.
The crazy thing about this election is that actually a lot of the polls were accurate. Like a lot of the polls showed that it was 50-50. It was a very close race nationally. But even some of the breakdown of the polling that people said was inaccurate or wouldn't happen is kind of turning out to be accurate. And specifically when we get to gender, because I'm sure you heard a lot of people say like, this is a men versus women election. And Trump was doing all the bro podcasts. And some people were like, oh, that's overdoing it. He's not going to get that many male votes. Like he already gets the white man vote like he always does. But he actually did increase his margins a lot with Black and Latino men. So he got 20% of Black men, according to exit polls, which may not seem like a lot, but is kind of insane because it was only 12% in 2020. Even more insane when you look at it with Latinos. He just outright wins with Latino men, which is actually shocking. And if you look at the way that they're breaking it down from the states, like even in areas that are generally blue, places like Passaic County in New Jersey or areas of Pennsylvania where there are a lot of Puerto Ricans, where they said, oh, well, Puerto Ricans are going to vote for Kamala Harris because, Trump is racist and had that thing at that rally, but they are breaking for Trump. He increased his margins among men in general by a lot. And the polls showed that. I guess people just didn't believe it. And the same thing with the national. Like people were like, oh, there's no way it's going to be that close nationally. It's pretty damn close. The crazy thing about this election.
So that's the first one I wanted to pull up. There are several more. I think she had a lot to say. She has some facts on her side. What you think, Joe?
Listen, this election is so telling. Like they were painting it as if like this was going to be the most racist, racially charged, gender charged, and it's like, bro, the people have spoken. Latinos came out in full force. Trump damn near doubled his support for black men. He won by I would say like a landslide. Honestly, there were no counties where Kamala
Right.
had a lead by like more than 3%. You know what I mean? Like nothing, bro. She did nothing, right? So it was the media spinning this narrative, trying to get people, trying to shame and scare people into not voting for Trump, and
Facts.
the
Facts.
people showed them like that. Nah, like we're riding with Trump. We for whatever reason we're riding with Trump, and the numbers don't lie, bro. The numbers definitely
Yeah.
don't lie.
So there are two things I make of this, right? One, I think that the issue of abortion was not as huge for Kamala as she thought it was going to be.
Right, and we've been talking about this for
We
weeks,
were talking,
bruh. We've been talking
yo,
about this for weeks.
every single Kamala sentence has a noun, a verb, and a reference to abortion. You cannot win a national election based off that. Because listen, just take men out of the equation, right? Let's just say you zap men out of the U.S. There are some women that are against abortion.
Right. Right. Women are not a monolith. It's like they
Right.
assume that all women think the same. And it's like, bro, women are not all the
No.
same.
Like some of them are like, yo, some of them believe in, you know what I mean, the religious stuff, and they're like, yo, or for a moral reason or a spiritual reason, maybe they collect rocks and stuff, and then they say, hey, you know what? I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? What do I, what do chicks say all the time when they come to a dude and say, hey, we about to have this baby? Dude be like, yo, you gonna take care of that? They be like, nah, I don't believe in abortion. Now all y'all fighting so hard for abortion? That don't
Yeah.
make sense to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, ain't that the first thing out of chick mouth that when normally when a guy's like, yo, like I'm not really trying to have that baby, like can we do somebody? The first thing out her mouth is, I don't believe in abortion. Now y'all fighting so hard, tooth and nail, and willing to die on this hill for
Right.
abortion.
Right. And I mean, of course, when we talked, oh, we haven't uploaded the episode yet, so I'm gonna make a response for family. We made a great we had a great talk last night with our friend Gio. He's been here before. Haven't uploaded it yet, right? But it's just about the election, what predictions were, like how it impacted like men and women relationships, the Black community, and then we kind of talked about like where do we go from there. So we're definitely gonna upload that this week, just to have a conversation about what happens now, right, between men and women, between the Black community and the Black community with America. So great conversation, right? But we talked about we got to label as reproductive health, right? We got to we got to say it's reproductive health. We got to say reproductive rights, whatever. But we can't say like just about abortion. So when we say reproductive health, we're talking about abortions, right? But we want to keep.
Right.
But no, you're right, bro. We've been talking about it for weeks. Like you kept running on this, and it's like we're not saying it's not important. You know what I mean? And for some people, it's not. But we're not. I'm not saying it's not important. It
Right.
is something that is important to some people, but like it's not the biggest issue that we have right now. It's not the biggest issue that we have right now. We have the economy, we have inflation. We've talked about this. We got 2 or 3 wars going on that we're funding with our tax dollars. We got the call. You know what I mean? Like I think
Right.
gas has gone down a little bit, but I don't know about other cities, but gas is at least like 340 for the plus, which is not bad. But like there are other issues that we care. The border, like,
The
and they
border.
picked
Yeah. A
reproductive
lot of people
rights.
cared about the
The
border. A lot
border,
of
the
people cared
border's
about that.
huge, bro. The border has been such a huge issue to the point where we've talked about this, where like there are buses caravanning the migrants from the border states to the sanctuary cities.
Right.
Just being like, fine, you guys are open to immigrants, take them. And the issue,
Mm.
the chaos that ensued, the burden that it's been for like Mayor Adams, who's under indictment right now, but the state of New York, the city of New York and Chicago, like, so yeah, bro, we've been talking about it, and they ran on it, and you lost. You
Right.
lost bad. Like, so no, you're right,
Like
Ty. You're
they overestimated the importance of reproductive what was this phrase you used? Reproductive women's health.
reproductive
Let's just
health.
say that,
Yeah,
right?
reproductive health.
They overestimated it because it's not the most important thing. And I get it. She every time they would say, hey, what you think of the economy? Reproductive health. Like like it just
Right.
wasn't that big a deal to those women. Like because
Right.
they Trump still won white women, right? He and the big
Right.
surprise was Latino men.
Yeah.
He won Latino men. Latino men not trying to hear that. Like they
Right.
first of all, men in general, we just think differently about that issue. It just wasn't important to us. It's like,
Right.
and their whole thing was, if you have a girlfriend or a wife or a mom or a sister or a granddaughter or something like that, then you should vote for reproductive health. And it's like, listen, some men don't believe in it either. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
it was
They even
it
had
was a bad
Obama.
look.
They had Michelle Obama come up for one of the nights at come out one of Kamala's Harry's when she was like just like shaming men. If it's a shame that men don't care, that it could be your brother, it could be your family member, like they should care about, and like basically shaming men into
Right.
voting for Kamala and for not caring enough about reproductive rights or health. And it's just like, bro, you can't shame us. Like you just can't.
No.
You cannot. We will not be moved by that. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. Like no.
Listen, white dudes wasn't feeling it. Black dudes wasn't feeling it. Hispanic dudes wasn't feeling it. Bro, the dudes just weren't feeling it.
Right.
And some women apparently weren't feeling it. Bro, the man won the popular vote. What Republican wins the popular vote?
Popular and electoral. He won the mandate. Like he won it both. Like that's ridiculous, bro. That's insane. And he's the first president since I forgot which other president, but who got elected for a second term, but it wasn't back to back. There was one other president who did it, but it's been a long time. But
Yeah, I did.
he also
I
made
remember hearing
history
his name,
doing
but I
that.
don't
He
remember.
won his second term, not non-consecutive term. So
Right.
Trump made history, bro. Now listen,
Yeah.
somebody made this joke, so I'm not gonna steal it, but it made a lot of sense. Like Trump for me was the hope candidate because you had a man who dodged two assassination attempts. He worked at McDonald's. He was a trash truck man. He had a felony, and then he
Right.
became the
Right.
president. Like, bro, like it's like the American dream, bro. Like he done did it all,
Yo,
and now he's president.
it's
That's
embarrassing.
crazy,
Like,
bro.
yeah. Y'all banked on the wrong stuff, bro. Y'all cared about y'all died on a weird hill. And apparently, Joe, like, yo, tell me if you agree, bro. But the country just isn't as liberal as the internet would make you believe.
Yeah, The internet makes it seem like it's like much more common, and that's not a
Right.
bad thing. I also want to state that to the family, like if you're not as liberal or not super liberal or liberal at all, that's not a bad thing. It's a difference of
Yeah.
opinions. It's a difference of where you fall culturally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're allowed to have your boundaries, you're allowed to have your principles and your values. You definitely are. So don't feel bad if you're not. But no, I agree with you, Ty. It's not as
Yeah.
common as people thought it was.
So what this tells me is that the liberals are like the people with the very extreme stances. They're the loud ones, but they're
Mm,
actually the minority.
right. Right.
Because listen, Trump did not hide his colors. He did not try to like go to the center. Listen, that man was right and extreme right. He was threatening political retaliation on his enemies. He was pretty upfront about his views. And
Right.
and a lot of people, most of the majority of the country that voted for him.
Yeah. The people spoke. The people spoke, and I would hope that none of you guys, nobody from the DNC is dumb enough to come out and start blaming this loss to somebody. Nobody other than Kamala and her campaign. You can't blame this on the voters. You can't get mad when the voters don't vote for you, when you feel entitled to their votes, like, and they pick something else. Like, you can't shame voters. This is our American right. They cast their ballots. They chose Trump. Trump won the popular and the electoral, bro. Like, you can't shame people for their decision. Like,
Let me dispute what you're about to say. They are shaming voters, right? So let me show you. Let me show you what I mean by that
oh
right
God.
now in real time.
I just say, Rev, really quickly, too. Democrats need to be mature, and they need to be honest. And they need to say, yes, there's misogyny. But it's not just misogyny from white men.
Mm-hmm.
It's misogyny from Hispanic men.
Right.
Misogyny from black men. Things we've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them. Might be race issues with Hispanics. They don't want a black woman as president of the United States. You know, the Democratic Party, I've always found when you're sitting around talking, they love to just sort of balkanize everybody into these separate groups and say, oh, white people don't like women and black people. No, it is time for the Democrats to say, okay, and you and I have talked about this before. A lot of Hispanic voters have problems with black candidates.
Right.
A lot
and
of
with other Hispanics. You got some who don't like each other. And some of the most misogynist things I've heard going on in this Get Out the Door came from black men. I mean, misogynist things. So you're absolutely right. It's not simplistic. And we've got to have real honest conversations about it.
Real
honest conversations about misogyny. Y'all are look at oh,
Right,
God,
right. So Joe, that's why I say I gotta dispute what you're saying. They are blaming the voters. Guess what? Hispanics, misogynistic and racist. Black people hate themselves, I guess, and hate women. Black men, I mean. They blaming us, bro. They blaming us. We knew it was coming, but
we knew it, and you know what, bro? I don't care. I don't care. I honestly don't look. Be mad. Blame. You can. We know it ain't true. We know it's not on us, bro. If your party, if your team didn't have policies that were persuasive enough or convincing enough that moved people, if you weren't listening to the demands of what the people actually wanted, if you emasculate the men in your base and prop up the women, and then expect us to just go and just support you, just go all in on your team, on your side, on your views, like, bro, it's ridiculous, bro. It's misogyny.
yeah,
So, like,
misogyny.
I'm sorry, but you guys know, as you guys know, I voted third party. I don't care if you blame me because of Trump for third parties. A vote for third parties, a vote for Trump. No, I voted third party. I voted for Joe Stein, who's a woman, and her VP was Butch Ware, and he was a man, and he's a black man at that. So I'm not racist or misogynistic. I just didn't like Kamala, and I didn't like Trump. Oh, but he won though. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm misogynistic and I'm racist because I didn't pick Kamala. Like, seriously, bro. Oh my gosh, bro.
The people who are getting the most smoke, or the group of men who are getting the most smoke, are the Latino men. I don't know if you peeped, but the Latino men, that's the biggest surprise. Yeah, the Latino, they getting the most smoke. They're getting it from all angles, right? Women are coming at them, Hispanic women, black women, white women. And it's just bro, it's a crazy situation. And I mean, I guess they were the biggest surprise, right? But listen, let me pull up something real quick and try to illustrate that point, right? Because they listen, TikTok world coming at the Latinos' neck, bruh.
That's
They getting
wild.
them.
Deport them all. Deport them all. Every last one of them. Deport them all. Get them the fuck out of here. Push them past the border. Lock it. Build the wall. Get them out. I never want to see them again. They are deport them all.
Insanity.
Well, damn.
Absolute insanity, bro.
Well,
Absolute
damn.
insanity.
That's wild.
How I'm wondering, the more I watch TikTok and YouTube, Instagram, stuff like that, I'm wondering how the Democrats ever got the persona of being the more accepting party.
I don't know either. I really don't know because they're the most sensitive. They are the most racially charged. They are the most like they infuse race into everything, gender or misogyny into everything. Like they're so divisive. You know what I mean? They are so divisive with their language, with the shaming tactics that I don't understand how you're right. I don't understand how they're the side that's more accepting or more tolerant. I don't get it. I don't see it, bro. I don't. They're as much as I've been shamed by
I
that
don't get it.
party. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, bro.
Um,
So
I
yeah,
think a lot. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, bro.
All right. So a lot of the smoke that I've been seeing coming from black women, right? Talking about how because men in general and black men voted for Trump, and you know, I mean, although 88, let's first wait, let me just say this first. 80% of black men voted for Trump. I mean, no, voted for Kamala. 80%. 20% voted for Trump, but that was outside the margins, right? Like people didn't expect that high a number, right? Like, I am one of those people.
But you been
But
saying it, so we knew that.
listen, I was saying it this whole time, but because of that, my life somehow means less. I'm gonna show you what I mean.
Oh, here we go. We called it. We knew this was coming, Ty. We knew this was coming.
I might get some violations and I may offend some people with what I'm going to say, and I don't give a fuck. To all you Latinos that voted for Trump, I hope he mass deports you and your entire family, whether you were here legally or not. You got to go. I hope he does that. To
Legally or not, it's
you
crazy.
black men who your fragile ego couldn't take a black woman in office, so you either voted for Trump or you didn't vote at all. The police will now have carte blanche to murder you right where the fuck you stand. And when they do that, there's not going to be no GoFundMe's. Don't ask your family to ask us for shit. Just die. They can't afford to bury you. Dig a hole in their backyard. It is what the fuck it is. But don't expect sympathy. Don't expect protest in the streets. We're not doing that. Black women, we're done with. We're done. We did our due diligence for this century and the next. We've done it. We're not doing it
For the century.
White women that once again voted against your fucking interests. When your husband start knocking you into the middle of fucking next week and you can't do anything about it because no fault divorce is in play, I want you to take those black eyes and those busted lips as a personal thank you from Donald J. Trump each and every time you get fucking hit.
Oh, whatever.
Don't look for nobody else. Don't ask.
Shut your big
It
ass
just drags
up.
on
Ain't
and
nobody
drags
worry
on.
about your big ass. Shut the hell up.
So, but from her perspective, as a black woman, Hispanic people, legal American citizens, or migrants, get deported. Leave the country, bro. Go get deported. You
That's
scumbags.
wild. That's wild.
Black people, black men in particular, because not black women, right? Because black women are gods, right? Black men. If something happens to us from a cop, if you voted for Trump, you should be okay just being deleted from this world, and you should be happy for it, and you should accept your plight and not say anything about it. White women, when your boyfriends and husbands beat you up because of no fault divorce, has been the case for like 50 years. So I don't know what this lady's talking about.
I guess she said they're gonna take away no fault divorce. I guess maybe she's alluding to that because you can divorce your husband for any reason right now, in irreconcilable differences. And granted, the number one reasons tend to be financial reasons and just irreconcilable differences. It's not abuse. So she's talking about when your husband knocks you aside your head. That's a minimum. That's a small case of people. That's a small percentage of those cases. Like, stop hyping it up. What the problem with it is, but no. But it's funny because when you see like these two videos we just seen, or these clips of people reacting and wishing death on people and wishing deportation, it's like they validate why people voted for Trump. It's like videos like that show, like for someone who voted for Trump, they'll be like, and this is why, because your party was filled with people who feel just the way that you do. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming out now, but like this was you before the election. That's the thing. You're seeing that video now because they had to dress it up when it was still happening.
Right.
But that's her, bro. These things that she feels, she's been mad at the black man. She been felt like she was carrying the black community for centuries, for this century and the next. Like she genuinely feels that. So this is her.
Well, all right. So there are a lot of black women who have some beef with the people who voted third party, like yourself, right? So let me pull up one.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let old girl give you that work, and let's see how
she
you
about
take
to
it.
give you that work.
More than 500,000 of you motherfuckers wasted gas money, wasted your time. You're wasting other people's time because they gotta count this motherfucking vote for what? If you were going to burn a vote, why did you vote? I know everybody's like, oh, just go out and vote, just go out and vote. What was the fucking reason? What was the fucking point?
Damn you, man.
I really want to know for the people that fucking voted third party, like, what were you trying to accomplish? Just so you can say you didn't vote for either one, stay your ass at home. Stay home. Like, really, what was the fucking reason? What were you trying to get out of that?
All right, so you heard from old girl. What's your response as a guy who voted third party to a sister like that?
I'm trying not to cuss as much as the clips are because we already got it. But my response is, well, I voted because it is my American right. I'm a citizen. I exercise my political right. I voted based on policies. I voted for a candidate whose policies more aligned with mine. I will not be shamed out of that. Like, if just because I didn't pick the person that you wanted to, let's say if you liked her policies and your views aligned with hers, you voted for her because that's the candidate that you wanted to win. That's not how I felt. I didn't feel that way, and I'm not those people. Like I said, that's like a vote for third parties, vote for Trump. No, I vote for third parties, a vote for third party. Some of us were trying to get the Green Party to that 5% margin, because if they got 5% of the votes, they qualify for federal funding, which is huge because that means they can do more canvassing, more community activism. They can get on the ballots. They have more money to work with to campaign and to build a coalition. So we are trying to make that a reality, because remember, all the other parties were banned from debating. There were no primaries. They couldn't be up at the debates. They had to have independent debates with, independent candidates from the Libertarian Party, from the Constitution Party, from the third. They all had to have these like separate events because the Democrats and the Republicans do not allow these other parties to partake and to express their views. The media will not cover them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I voted for, bro. And I also know that I didn't vote for genocide. Sorry if you voted for Trump or for Kamala. Out of those votes, all of them are actively funding Israel and the genocide of the Gazan people, of the Palestinian people. That's a separate issue. I'm not going to dive into that. But I also know I wasn't voting for war. And the third party candidates were against war. They didn't want to fund Ukraine. They didn't want to fund Israel anymore. I'm with that. That supported me. So for a chick like that, it's like, it's not that we're misinformed. You know what I mean? My point is like, I didn't make a misinformed vote. It wasn't a revenge vote to get at Harris or to get at the Democrats. I voted for who I wanted to vote to. And you can't shame me for that. The most unpatriotic, un-American thing, in my opinion, you can do during an election is to shame people for who they choose to vote for. You should be trying to convince me to vote for your candidate, not shame me. So that's my response to her dumbass.
Well, that was a question unique for you because I did my thing or whatever. But
yeah.
Let me pull up another sister who has some beef for disappointing black people, the 20% of black men who voted for Trump.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. I'm sure TikTok is filled with all these videos. There we go.
You niggas out there voted for Trump.
You in the dark? You all like...
I know when the results come out, it's gonna show that like 99.8%, because there's a 0.2% maybe of black women that might have voted for Trump. But it's gonna show 99.8 voted for Kamala. But I know when them polls come out and it show how black men voted, ooh, I know y'all niggas gonna disappoint us once again. Y'all always letting us down. Y'all the most disappointing ass race of niggas I have ever seen in my life. Oh God. Oh my God. Like the amount of I don't want to hear shit from nobody about the economy. I don't want to hear shit about nothing. Y'all don't know how economy works. Y'all don't know how civics, none of that shit work. Like, y'all fully don't know how none of this shit work. Like, y'all don't know nothing how none of that shit work. Like, we are going to be so fucked up. We about to be so fucked up. Like, I'm trying not to be mad. Like, we about to be so effed up. Like, I'ma just pray that I go to sleep tonight and my God is a miracle worker in the morning.
Your God?
And something happened, and I don't know. Late polls, late ballots. I don't know.
She hoping for a miracle.
I don't know. Where is Olivia Pope? She gonna pull something. I don't know. Something's going to happen, and Kamala's gonna be president. You niggas still gonna be done let us down, but again, Black women save the day, and all will be well in the world again.
Yep. Cry more. Cope.
So, yo, I've talked about this before, but Black women feel so negatively about Black men in this situation. The 20% of Black men that voted for Trump, 80% voted for Kamala, but the 20% of Black men that had the gall, the unmitigated gall to vote for Trump over Kamala, it's such a slap in the face to them, because the Black women in general think that they're better than Black men in general. We've talked about this before. It's offensive if we would be smart if we got in line and fell in line and shut the F up and voted how they thought we should vote, because they're the smart ones. We're the dumb ones. We need to be led. Right. We need a leader. They are the leader. They're the woman king. So it's offensive to them that we had the unmitigated gall to vote for somebody that they don't approve of.
Right.
And it's a lack of respect. So
yeah,
we've talked about this before. It's a lack of respect. They just don't respect us. So it's like, okay, cool. How dare you not do what we tell you to do?
And bro, I keep reiterating this, right? Repeating this because it's so true. Like, the views that they express in this clip, that's her. She didn't just become a completely different Black woman and have these negative views of Black men overnight or because of the election.
Right.
Those were already there. This is
she said y'all always disappoint
right.
us.
That's what I'm saying.
We're always disappointing
She's
her.
been harboring this for a while. So these views that we see being expressed about Black men from Black women, like, first of all, Black women, we know it's not all of y'all. We know some of y'all voted for Trump, some of y'all voted third party, and some of y'all understand and have common sense to think like this, and we can vote whoever we want. May the best man or woman win, right? So it's not all y'all. But a lot of Black women who went out for Kamala are really upset and spitting out this garbage, shaming Black men. Once we got shamed to vote for her, and now we're gonna get shamed because we didn't vote for her, and now they're gonna blame it on us. And it's like, but like I'm saying, like, you further validate why people voted for Trump. You further validate why people voted for anybody but Kamala, because this is the nonsense that comes out of your mouth. This makes people happy, like, exactly, because your party is filled with people who feel that way about me on a regular, who feel that way about Latinos, who feel that way about Black men, who feel like your side, the Democratic Party, is filled with people like this, bro. Filled with people like this.
Right. So there's another clip I want to pull up, right? But it's a white woman, right? And she's a Kamala supporter, but she's like, yo, the male loneliness epidemic because of this race is only going to increase, and you guys are going to be sorry that Kamala lost this race.
Oh, wow! So now you're threatening us with relationships,
right? Yeah.
Oh God,
threatening us with loneliness.
Here we go.
Loneliness epidemic is about to get so much worse.
Like a damn alien.
Young men are going to be voting for Donald Trump, and we know that most women in general are going to be voting for Kamala Harris. So with the incels over here,
we're incels now.
Here, that gap is just going to keep getting wider. Dudes are already hiding on their dating profiles if they're conservative. They already put moderate, right? They already put that because they know that women are less likely to swipe on conservatives. That's just facts, okay? So don't get your feelings all in a twist. It's facts. So they're already lying. They're already manipulating, trying to get laid. Just think how desperate they're going to be after she wins. Do you think women aren't keeping the score? Do you think women aren't going to ask you who you voted for? In the next 5 to 10 years, when you're dating, think about this. Do you think women aren't going to ask you who you voted for? And what do you think your chances of getting laid are if if you voted for him.
All right. So I want to dive in on this chick, but you go first. You go first.
Oh, I mean, bro. I mean, so now they're threatening us with romantic relationships, with
Right.
sexual access, with um, yeah, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but like people who self-describe as liberals or Democrats, just like generally speaking, just there's no boundary that they won't offend or they won't
Right.
cross. I mean, that they won't respect. Like
Facts.
that's
100%.
I'm not surprised, bro. They just stooped so
Yeah.
low, and this election was filled with shame and insults and condescension.
Facts.
Like, so I'm not surprised, bro. And like, once again, this is why people voted for another party, because this is what your party is filled with. People who
Right.
feel this way. We saw some black shorties, we saw a black dude, and now we saw a white woman. It don't even matter, bro. Gender, color, it don't matter. The Democratic
Yeah.
Party is filled with people like this. So
Full with these people.
what did you think about this?
So I had two thoughts. My first thought was, if that's the case, right? If you guys are doing this loneliness thing and staying away from everybody who voted for Trump, because it's the majority of the country at this point, right? My first question is this: who are you going to get to pay your bills?
Right.
Who? Because all y'all do every time I go on this app, it's, hey, men should pay all our bills. So if you're not talking to us, then isn't that just better for us? Because that means we have more money to do what we want to do. Like, who's gonna pay your bills? Like seriously, y'all. I think y'all are excluding the, like, there's an implied symbiotic relationship as far as this game goes, right?
Yeah.
You give us your vagina, we help you with your bills. That's
Right.
that's the unless you
Transaction.
get lucky, right? It's a transaction, right?
Yeah.
Unless you find a dude that doesn't know his worth, he's silly enough, he got enough money to do that for you. But that's few and far between, right? There's not a lot of crypto dudes out here in these streets anymore supplying your lifestyle. That bubble crashed. That's gone. Y'all gotta find real dudes with real jobs, or trappers or scammers or whatever.
Yeah.
But we all know that's temporary money, right? So the bottom line is, you gotta find somebody, because all y'all talk about is dudes paying your bills. You gotta find a dude to pay your bills. He's not gonna pay your bills, and he's not just gonna cash app you and you're gonna ignore him. Like, that's not gonna happen. Like, you just gonna be whatever. He's gonna have a bigger Pokemon collection because he's not gonna be spending money on you.
When do you
Yeah.
think this happened, Ty? Like, when do you think that politics became so heavily infused in, like, you got family members arguing at Thanksgiving, you got you got people not wanting to date people of a certain political party, you got people getting divorces because of who they're voting for. Remember that whole trend of, like,
Right.
I'm divorcing my husband if he votes for Trump. Like, at what point did this happen where, like, politics became so infused with our relationships to the detriment of our relationships, honestly? Like, when did this happen? This wasn't a thing growing up. I feel like this is, like, super recent, like maybe starting with, like, Trump's first term. I don't know if it happened before that, but, like, this is so recent, and it's like it's a new
Right.
phenomenon, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I mean, it's tough to say, bro, but like,
Is this going to be the way in moving forward? Like, is everything going to affect relationships now? Like, is every election going to be like this? Is it going to affect my dating options, my marriage options, if I'm going to keep my marriage, if I'm going to get access to sex? Like, is every election going to affect my life in so many ways, in these ways? Like, I don't know. Is this
right.
the new standard? This, I guess, is what I'm asking too, because this is sad, bro.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
sad.
really
It
sad,
definitely is
yo.
sad. I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like guys care less about this than women. Like, women are really dying on this hill right now, bro. Like Kamala already
Yeah.
lost, and they're just like, yo, F it, F everybody. Yo, bro, I see videos where black women are talking about white women. They're like, yo, y'all just ruined this for us. Y'all so terrible. Like, I knew y'all wasn't gonna vote against, y'all interests against whatever. I do want to play another clip though, because it was funny, right? Jon Stewart has some pointed words for the pollsters, because the pollsters, I feel like the pollsters have been wrong for
They're
a
always
while. I don't
wrong,
even know what's
bro.
the
They stay wrong, bro.
right. So let me pull up this clip. Jon Stewart talking about the pollsters.
I love me some Jon Stewart. Let me see this. I haven't seen this
Yeah.
one.
What the heck?
Watch Jon Stewart take it out on pollsters after getting the results of the election.
I do want to send a quick message to all the election pollsters. I don't ever want to from you again, ever. I don't ever want to hear, we've corrected for the overcorrection of the voters. You don't know shit about shit, and I don't care for it. Oh, we'll figure it out next time. Oh, plus or minus, we were in the margin of me. Okay.
Yo, that's real. That's real, bro. How do they get it so wrong?
Every time, bro.
So wrong, bro. Like, and a week before the election, they were already like polls are trending towards Kamala, a huge Kamala win, and she's picking up with this demographic and that demographic. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, like, y'all don't know the pulse of the people. Y'all don't know the pulse of the American population right now. Like, I'm telling you, the way people feel about the country and about Kamala, and just about the Democratic Party and the lies and the fakeness, and just like the Biden administration, anyone with common sense could look and see the direction of the country and be like, yo, I don't think Shorty got it. I don't think Shorty's got it in the bag. Like, I don't think so. Like, think about it. It's a candidate that nobody picked because we didn't vote for her. You guys denied primaries. Even Obama and Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, even they didn't even want to endorse Kamala when she first got nominated to be the presumptive nominee. Like, they didn't even come out and say it because Obama, he knows he wanted to have a primary. He wanted to pick somebody else, like have an election, do something. He knew that Kamala wasn't going to win. They came out and endorsed her afterwards. But remember, off rip, they were quiet, bro. It was all crickets from the Obamas. So the posters get it wrong, bro. They get, and it's weird for me too because the posters they definitely lean a certain way, right? Because think about it, when Trump was going against Hillary, all the polls were saying that Bernie was going to beat Trump, but they didn't care about them polls. They didn't care about the fact that if they had picked Bernie to be the Democratic nominee, he might have beat Trump in the elections. All the polls were pointing towards that, but they didn't care. They still pushed Hillary. They still did all the stuff with the super delegates. They still did all the colluding, all the people dropping out, Pete Buttigieg, Elizabeth Warren, all that stuff they did in the background to make sure Bernie didn't get they did all this finessing just to take an L. But they only care about the polls when they favor them. Just to take an L, bro. They did all this finessing to take an L, bro. I don't trust the polls, man. They don't know what the hell is going on. Like, they're so out of touch with the American people, and the Democratic Party is too. It's insane. It's insane, man.
I love what Jon Stewart said, because it was like, everybody was on like all those networks talking about like, the margin of this, the margin of that. I think Trump is a different animal when it comes to polls in general, because listen, they said the same thing about Hillary. Hillary was up on all the polls. You're right. Like, if you would have looked at the polls, you'd have been like, and you're a Trump voter, you're like, bro, there's no point to even vote in this election, because I mean, like, all the polls say, Trump's going to win. And he ended up, all polls said Trump's going to lose, but he ended up winning, and Hillary ended up losing. So,
and they shamed men as well. They called us Bernie bros and misogynistic, and they used the same tactics they use now, and they lost. The shaming tactics don't work. They don't work, man.
Nah, I really don't.
They don't work. And when I saw Cardi B at the last Kamala rally, I was like, oh, we about to lose bad. You about to lose real. When I saw when you got Meg twerking at your rallies, when you got Glorilla and you got Cardi B, and when you have all these like ratchet female artists representing your base, take this L. take several seats. Take these L's.
All right. So I got another clip. Right, it's from Joe Scarborough from Morning Joe, MSNBC. He's basically trying to get to like the crux of the situation. He's basically like, yo, Brad, ain't about Trump, and I kind of agree with him on this, right? So let me pull this up, and then let's talk about it.
This one should be a good one.
Yeah.
There are so many questions for the Democrats to answer, but one of them, the one that's that I just saw, that's going to be staring them in the face for some time if they don't do something about it, is that 45% of Hispanics voted for Donald Trump.
45. That's a lot, bro.
New Republican Party. There needs to be a new Republican Party. This morning, this is about as bleak as any time for Democrats since the so-called 1984 San Francisco Democrats. It's time for the Democrats to take a good, long, hard look at how this happened. And if they just say Trump bad, Democrats virtuous, they're going to keep losing. Because this, again,
right.
this is not about just Donald Trump. This is about the Democratic Party and being radically disconnected from the rest of the country. Look at the map.
Right. Right. Joe spitting
I thought
facts
that
on
was
the
an
morning
important clip to
show.
pull up. He is. And look, he hates Trump's guts. He wanted Kamala all day long, every day.
Right.
But he was speaking facts.
Yeah. No, he absolutely speaking facts. We talked about this a few weeks ago, and we were talking about how it's like, listen, people want to vote for something, not against something. And the Democratic message for so long has been Trump bad, we're good. And it's like, okay, we get it. Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. But what are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do for me? Because you keep saying that Trump is bad, and we hear you, but I'm tired of hearing about that. Like, what am I buying into? What am I going to vote for? And remember when Kamala went to that one interview, I don't know if it was the late night show or some show she went on. It was it was on The View. It was on The View. I hate that damn show. They asked her, like, is there anything about, that Joe Biden did that you thought was a mistake or that you disagreed with, and she was like, no. And then she said, is there anything that makes you different from Joe Biden, and or how he would run the country? Are you going to run it any differently? She was like, no, not really. Yeah. She was presented with 2 opportunities to differentiate herself from Joe Biden, and she didn't. So basically, you're saying we're just going to get more of the same. You had every opportunity to show how are you different from Biden? How are you going to move us in a different direction? And she bombed those questions. And on top of that, like I said before, how are you running on a change campaign when you're the incumbent? Your administration is still in office and you're running on change, bruh? Change for what? The bull crap that you just did the past few years? Like, that's not a good look when you're running on change and you're the incumbent, bruh. That's never a good look. So, no, like, I agree with Joe. Like, they kept saying Trump bad, and like I said, whether you agree with that was their message. But you have to give people something to vote for, and people are tired. And remember, people like me, we hate the system more than we hate Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hate the system way more than we hate. So what are you giving people like me who are like, listen, I hate the system. I hate that I only have 2 choices. I hate that both candidates, in my opinion, just weren't the best. Like, I just didn't. A lot of people just were just discouraged, disheartened by their choices. Like, now the people voted for Trump. He won. Congrats to him. But I'm just saying, what do you do for those voters who are like, yo, give me something to vote for? And all we got was reproductive rights. And you get an abortion. And you get an abortion. And your mom get an abortion. And your cousin get an abortion. That's all we got. All we got was all we got from y'all. Yeah. So, brother.
No, listen. Yo, I love that you said that, and I wanted to bring that up specifically, right? I love that you said that there's a lot of people who hated the system more than they hated Trump.
Yes.
And I don't think Democrats factor that into their equations as far as this election goes. And the reason that a lot of people voted for Trump isn't because of Trump. I take Trump out, like, Trump is just an avatar, but like it was like Trump is different because people don't look at Trump as an establishment candidate.
Right.
The Democrats hate Trump and Republicans hate Trump.
Right.
So he has that going for him. Like, I know John McCain was known as the Maverick, but Trump is really listen, I don't know if he called it Maverick. Maybe he the goddamn the Starburst, that's the mystery flavor. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but like, I mean, like, you remember the old it's just a white Starburst. You pop that shit out, you like, oh, this is rainbow. Like, all right, cool. Like, got like 4 flavors in there. That's how people saw Trump, and that's how I saw Trump. And it's like, yo, I don't like either one of these candidates, right? But I mean, I don't like either one of these parties, right? But like, if you don't like the political system as it is, you got to vote for the person that's going to, like, do the craziest stuff. That's just going to buck the system as much as possible. And that was clearly Trump.
That was
so
Trump.
I don't think, like, right. So I don't think people, like, you, like, to your credit, I don't think the Democratic Party really understood the pulse of the country, because a lot of people are like, yo, I don't like Trump personally. I doubt many people liked him personally. I'm sure some people do, but I would argue that the majority don't.
Right. I
would argue that they don't like him personally, but if a vote for him is like something that will, like, just rattle the system and make everybody just shake their heads and be like, oh my God, we don't know what to do.
Right.
That's what people wanted that voted for Trump, including myself.
Right.
We don't like Trump, but they just, that's what they wanted.
Right.
And like you said, they miscounted that. They underestimated that sentiment. And the majority of people felt that way because he got the popular vote. He's the only Republican since Nixon to get the popular vote. That's like 40 years, bro.
Yeah.
That's
They
insane.
can't say nothing, bro. They can't. And listen, I give credit where it's due, right? Even though I personally don't like Trump, he's charismatic. He's funny. Like when he came, when Biden made that garbage comment where he basically called people who supported Trump garbage, and then the next day the bull pulled up with a garbage truck with the Trump logo on the side of it and the vest. I was like, bruh, not only did I laugh my ass off, but I'm like, bro, his marketing team is a genius because they took that, and then you got people saying I'm a proud trash can man. You know what I mean? You got people like he's memeable. There's so many memes and so many songs based on him. Like like I said, I can't stand Bull, but he's funny, he's charismatic, he's got a certain energy about him, and people gravitate towards him because people gravitate towards charismatic people. And you know, Kamala didn't really have that, in my opinion. She seemed disingenuous. She lacked authenticity. She was trying to switch it up and do too many accents and do too many styles, and you know what I mean? Like she couldn't, like she just didn't have that energy, bro. And Trump had it. And as much as I hate the bull, I got to give credit where it's due. He's a charismatic candidate. He's a fringe candidate. He's the one who he's more symbolic of like revolution or something different, shaking up the system. He's like the Neo. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying he's good, but he's like the one that's gonna shake up the Matrix. Like that's him. Like you know what I mean? Like he's the Agent Smith, maybe I should say.
I remember when he first won in 2016, right? He won in 2016, right? Rick Ross had this line, and it was real questionable. Everybody kind of like they didn't know how to feel about this line, but he was like, "I'm happy Donald Trump became the president because you got to destroy before we elevate." And like, yo, a lot of people feel that way, bro. Like I'm not a Trump fan, but it's like, yo, this dude gonna wreck stuff. He gonna make people uncomfortable, and that's kind of what people want right now in this political climate.
And it's not new, bro, because people like me wanted that when we were talking about the banks and during the Wall Street, was it the housing bubble crash, the financial crisis of like, was it 2008 or 2009? And they were saying the banks are too big to fail. And some people, myself included, were like, no, let them fail. Let the system just crash, bro. Like we was like, no, let the banks fail. Let's let it burn and start over because the system is trash. And they bailed them out on our tax dollars. So some of us already wanted to see the system burn from decades ago. You know what I mean? Like we're like, yo, we're tired of the system. We need something different, something new. Let it burn, let it crash, let it glitch. So I feel you, bro. That is a sentiment that people have had for quite some time now. So there's truth to that, Ty.
So what do you think the Democratic think tank is sitting around thinking at this time? Like, hey, how do we get back our coalition? Like what would you say to them to be like, yo, this is what we got to do to get back this working class kind of Latino black men, you know what I mean, coalition? Like, what would you say?
Well, listen. Well, they're not gonna. I know what they should do, but I know for without a shadow of a doubt they're not gonna do this, right? But they had a successful. They had a person who did this successfully, and not only did he make history by breaking, you know, small individual donations, not only did he galvanize people from different races, different backgrounds, different economic classes, he had so much energy behind him, and they threw him under the bus. And you know who I'm talking about? That's Bernie. Bernie was extremely popular. Even people who like they even know that people who once they threw Bernie under the bus, a good portion of his voters went straight to Trump because they were looking for something different. Bernie represented something different. Trump represents something different. We're tired of the same old. So for me, if they want to go, they should have a more populist message. They should speak to more working class issues. Shoot, middle class too, because I ain't gonna hold you, bro. The middle class it's rough right now, bro. I feel like if you're super rich, you're doing well. If you're super poor, you're struggling, but at least you got welfare and it's in the government safety net. But if you're in the middle, your taxes is dumb high and you don't get any of that support. And we out here just for ourselves, it feels like, while we're funding all these programs and all this stuff and people getting these fake PPP loans, which is crazy. That I had some dude talking to me about it, talking about don't be angry about it. What you mean I'm not be angry about it? People's taking out money from my tax money, bro.
I saw the dude the comments.
It's a tangent, but he's like, why are you gonna be angry about it? I'm like, you're not mad that people are committing fraud and taking thousands of your tax money? Like, I'm sorry, bro. That for me was just weird. Like, I respect you, brother. I hear you. I don't want people doing fraudulent activity with my tax money. Governments, corporations included. Nobody. So that was a weird interaction. But
G's in the comments right now. G just say, yo.
G, yo, he won, G. We just talking about the election. You know we have to talk about it, bruh.
So G said, G just said, he said, keep that same energy for the corporations.
Right. Keep the same energy for the corporate. I do though. You know I keep the same energy for the corporations when we bailed them out. We just talked about the Wall Street when we bailed out the banks on our tax dollars. Listen, I keep the same energy. And for welfare fraud, I keep the same energy. Y'all not gonna be finessing the system with my dollar. No.
AG, AG, did you think that he was gonna win in like the landslide that he won in?
I know, yeah. Did you think he was gonna win as good as he did?
He said, Jesus, you say you keep the same energy. He was like, yeah, you do, bro. Yo, I'm. This is a weird time, bro. Like the energy is crazy. And he said he did think Trump was gonna win the landslide that he did.
For real?
Like,
I knew he was gonna win, but I thought it was gonna be tight. I didn't think he was
gonna be tight too.
I did not think he was going to trash her, bro. When I woke up and I saw
bro,
that map and it was all red. That map was red, bro. I was like,
yo, he won every swing state, bro. He won all of them. Could they even be called swing states anymore? Like I thought, like it was like okay.
That's crazy, bro.
Bro,
the Senate's too, though. The Senate done changed. Like a lot of Democrats, they lost seats in the House. Like, bro, it's changed. The Republicans are in the game now. So listen, I've said this before. Whoever wins, I hope that the country goes in a better direction, right? So I'm praying. I don't have much faith in Trump. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I really, really don't. But if this is what it takes for the ish to crash, then listen, may the Lord be with you all, because it's gonna be interesting 2025, y'all.
Right. But Joe, to your point, I know why you didn't support Kamala or Trump during this, John, right? But there was a whole big Muslim, Arab American contingent that didn't vote for either party. They went into the booth and they wrote in non-committal.
Right, non-committal, or they voted third party. The Jill Stein had the majority of the Muslim vote. I hope you guys understand that. They took a huge portion of the Muslim voters because of her view on Israel and Palestine and the genocide taking place there. Like Kamala lost out on a lot of Muslim voters. Now, and then there were also Muslim voters who voted for Trump because the bombings that happened since October 7th of last year, all the atrocities committed by Israel to the Palestinian people that was funded by American taxpayer dollars, that was all under Biden's administration. So they're like, why would I vote for your party again when your party is actively funding a genocide of our people, of people that we sympathize with? So there were people who voted for third party or voted for Trump because he wasn't Biden, because he wasn't a Democrat. So yeah, they really dropped the ball on the Muslim vote, bro. And remember, all Muslims aren't Arabs, and all Arabs aren't Muslim. There are also a lot of black Muslims in this country as well. So yeah, you're right, bro. They struggled with the Muslim voters. I can't believe Latinos came out in droves, though, bro.
Yo, they are not playing,
I can't
bro.
believe it, bro.
They not.
We thought the Puerto Rico comment would have messed them up.
Right. And they blamed it on Al Sharpton and Joe Scarborough blamed it on misogyny. Yeah,
they blamed it on misogyny. Nah, yeah, we knew this was coming. G, it's your fault.
Latino.
It's your fault, Gio. I'm putting it all on Gio. It's all your fault, brother.
Gio was definitely he was one of the 20% of the black dudes that voted for Trump, bro. Like you just admit it, bro. Like just admit it. To Karen not around, you can just admit it, bro. Like,
now you lost your free abortions. You can't get any of that, G. You done lost it all, bro.
Yeah. You might as well get fixed like me, bro. Like you can't just be skeeting at anything anymore. Like that life is over for you, bro. Like.
Well, all right. So Ty, I mean, do you got any more clips that we can react to?
Bro, I got like 1,000 of them Jones, but I feel like we're coming up
on
like
one more and see.
Yeah, pull up another one. All right.
Pull up another John. Let's react to that, and then and then we'll give some final thoughts as to like what we think Trump is going to address first, or like any issues we hope he addresses, man. Or them compilations of people crying, bro. Like I gotta see some people crying, bro. He said it, okay, bro. Gee.
All right, check this out. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
If you voted for Trump, I hate you. I hate you. And if you didn't vote, I hate you. If you voted for Trump,
So if you voted for Trump, I hate you. If
I
you
hate
voted
your
third
hair.
party, I hate you. If
I
you
hate your
voted
hair.
people at all, so she hate all you motherfuckers. She hate all of us. She hate me, G, and Joe. She hate us all. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. She said third party voters too, or if you didn't vote,
yeah,
damn, you just hate everybody. That's a
yeah.
lot of hate. That's a lot of hate. Or I mean, at least you don't discriminate. At least you got equal levels of hate. You know, what I mean, she practices equality with the hatred, so that's good. But like,
Well, I mean, but I think on her part, I think she's cool as far as like the abortion stuff go, because I don't think anybody's skeeting up in her no time soon. So I think she's fine. She's in the clear, right?
yeah,
Like she ain't got to worry about that. She ain't got to worry about Roe v. Wade. Like she's fine.
yeah,
Like
hey, you'll be all right.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. This is gonna be an interesting rest of the year, and it's gonna be an interesting 2025, bro. Like, what do you? So if you got what issue do you hope Trump addresses like first, or a couple issues if you got a couple, like anything you want to see him like really like crack down on, or like try to fix, or like help? What issue is that for you?
I think if he does something with my 401k, yeah, because my 401k kind of flourished under him the first time around, and grocery prices, I think I'd be happy.
Okay, I'm with that. I'm with grocery prices. I'm definitely with that. I hope that he does something for obviously rent. I'm not a renter, but I know that rent and the cost of living is extremely high. I really hope that the cost of food goes down somehow. And something for like childcare, any kind of support. Maybe bring back the child tax credit that expired under the Bush and Biden administration. Like anything to just help us, bro. Maybe like cheaper childcare, like something, bro. Throw us a bone, Trump. Come on, brother, man, give me something,
No.
bro.
I feel like Trump got to throw us a bone, because what did he say in the first election? He was like, "Yo, what the hell y'all got to lose? Black men. He's like, black people, what y'all got to lose? All right, bro, we voted for you 20%. G was one of that 20%. I was one of that 20%. All right, cool. Give us something. Give us what Kamala was trying to give us. Free weed and
Yeah, she wanted to give us free weed.
and
Help me
and
with my crypto. Help me with my crypto account.
$20,000 for fully forgivable loan. I don't even know how you even.
What is a forgivable loan? If it's a loan,
Bro, you think I'm gonna pay you back if I can forgive it? You burnt. Like you like
yeah. No,
Like,
you ain't getting that back, bro. You said it's forgivable. You ain't getting none of that back, bro. Forgive these. Like you ain't getting none of that. Like give me something. Or come on, Trump, give me Trump, give me a stimmy, bro. Give it to everybody though, man. I haven't gotten one stimmy yet, bro. Give me a stimmy. Give me something, bro. Please, man. Damn.
Let us know what y'all think, family. Like, comment, subscribe. I mean, this is more of like a funnier thing, because like people.
This is funny.
I'm still laughing.
This is funny, y'all. We just want to share some opinions, get some initial reactions, but let us know how you guys feel about it in the comments. When a video uploads, leave some comments too. But we'll be talking more about it. Listen, Trump is here to stay for the next 4 years, so this is going to be interesting. So let's see what happens with the country. Hopefully, he moves it in a better direction.
Wait. Let me say one more thing.
Oh yeah.
All the people who said y'all was going to leave if Trump get here, leave.
Skedaddle.
Like, leave. Like
deuces.
I think that's fair. Oh wait. Joe, they should stand on business. Stand on business.
Leave and see how miserable you're going to be in other countries that don't do as well as we do. Now, Grant, you know what I mean? Like, go do that. You go do that. Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know what y'all think, family. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.
Until next time. Have a good night, G.
Yo, that was fun.
Now what? We had to get that shit in, bro.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna watch that shit like right there.
That shit was fucking hilarious, bro. I'm glad we got on, bro. Let me know the next time you want to try to get up and record some clips. But I'm gonna cut up the joint we did, and I still got the joint with the fat bitch talking about men are lazy and all that shit, like with the static joint.
Right.
So I got some stuff I can still put up.
The way you ended up posting them joints was like a really good idea.
Oh yeah. It was an accident at first. So thanks for that feedback to that person who reached out to you. It was like, yo, post it this way, like. Right. So I'm just trying to keep the same model. Yeah. So, anyways, bro, I'm gonna get some shut eye. So you enjoy your evening, all right?
All right, bro. You too.
All right.